Hey gang, I'm back with yet another exercise from Chapter 3 homework. In the last two videos for Chapter 3, we looked at an example where we were finding mean, median, mode, etc. for one data set. In another video, we looked at mean and median from two different data sets and comparing results. Now we're looking at grouped data, a frequency table essentially, and what we're trying to compute is a mean from this frequency distribution. So how do we do that? Well, we got to be a little careful. Our approach is going to be a little different than it was for the other examples. So let's look at this exercise number 19 from the Chapter 3 homework, problem 19. It says, find the mean of the data summarized by the frequency distribution below. Compare the computed mean to the actual mean of 51.5 degrees. So we have these low temperature ranges in Fahrenheit and the frequencies of various temperature measurements and what class they fall in. So the most frequent class was those temperatures between 50 and 54 degrees. It had a frequency of 13. We're going to find the mean of this frequency distribution using StatCrunch. How do we do that? Well, over to the right of our frequency table is, yet again, that little icon, that double window icon. If you click on it, we'll open it in StatCrunch. And we don't have a raw data set, mind you. We have a frequency table. That's a different thing. So when we go to the Stat menu and go to Summary Stats, we will not select from columns because those are dealing with columns of raw data. We don't have a raw data set. We have grouped classes with frequencies. So what we're going to do is go down, and instead of selecting columns, we're going to select grouped or binned data. So we'll select this, grouped or binned data, and then our bins, or another word for that, are classes. Our bins or classes are in the column labeled as low temperature right here. So we will select the column called low temperature. The bins are located there, and then our frequencies are located in the column called frequency. Well, they call those counts. It counts up how many times or how frequent each item in each class is. They call those counts or frequencies. So our counts are in frequency, and then we're going to compute our mean and our median. And our mean and median should all be in this list. Yes, median is in here, mean is in there, and everything. Let's compute. All right, look at that. Wasn't that simple? So our approach was a little different than the other examples I showed you, like problems 11 and 12. You go to Stat, you go to Summary Stats, and you go to Grouped or Binned Data. Okay, so let's, whoops, my window disappeared. Let me bring that back. Where did you go? There you are. All right, so I've unmaximized my Pearson MyLab homework so that I can pull up the StatCrunch results and the homework screen side by side. So now I'm going to go ahead and enter the computed mean of the frequency distribution, which is, according to this, rounded to the nearest tenth, would be 51.8. 51.8. Let's check our answer. Well done. So then the follow-up question, which of the following best describes the relationship between the computed mean, computed from this frequency table, and the actual mean of 51.5? Well, I would say 51.8 is pretty darn close to 51.5. Well, what's that difference percentage-wise? What is the difference between those? Well, if you look at the difference between 51.5 and 51.8, what's that, a difference of 0.3? That's a difference of 0.3. Well, what percent of 51.5 is that difference of 0.3? Well, I'm going to take the difference of 0.3 on my calculator. I'm going to take 0.3 and divide by 51.5. So I have 0.3 divided by 51.5, and I get 0.0058, which would be in percent. If I take that times 100, that's 0.5825%. In other words, the difference is a very, very small percentage difference. It's much less than 5%. Okay? So the computed mean is close to the actual mean because the difference between the means, which was a difference of 0.3, was only 0.5825%. It's much less than 5%. So that should be the correct answer, A. All right, thank you for watching.